Kia ora. This is Mary Joseph. I'm a licensed immigration advisor for New Zealand, and here I am with the latest on immigration New Zealand and the announcements that have been recently made. So there are three basic things we're going to talk about today. The first one is the border exemptions that were announced on the 19th of April 2021. The second update we're going to talk about is the Trans-Tasman bubble. What is it and who is it applicable for? And the third one is international students. I'm sure half of you watching this video are concerned and worried about this. So the first one is the border exemptions for work visa holders, partners who are based offshore. So there are three categories of people that come under this exemption that were announced today. So the first category is for people who hold and have held a visa in the past and could not travel to New Zealand purely because of the border closures and the COVID situation. So if you had a visa, you were approved a visa and you couldn't travel, then this exemption is for you. So the main criteria for this is that you should have held a visa, but apart from that, your partner or the parent who's here in New Zealand should have a visa validity for at least 12 months. Now, this exemption is not for people who are applying afresh, who have never applied in the past, or whose application is already in the system and has not been assessed yet. Unfortunately, this border exemption does not apply to you. It is only for people whose visas have been approved in the past. Now, so your partner or the parent could have been holding a visa, be it a student visa, be it a visitor visa, be it a work visa, be it an essential skills visa, any category of the work visa that they are holding here, or a temporary visa basically, for which you will be applicable for this exemption. The second category of people who come under this exemption is of the critical health workers. Okay. Now, for this particular category, you don't need to have held or currently hold a visa. As long as you have an established relationship, a partnership visa, you can apply for this exemption. Now, again, the same condition applies where your partner who's here in New Zealand should have a visa for the following 12 months or more. Only then you can apply for this exemption. Now, the critical health workers, nurses are included in this, aged care people are included, and there are quite a list of people who are considered critical health workers. It's not just nurses and caregivers. There is a long list, and it will take some doing for us to sit and assess your profile. So please do contact us for more specific information about your situation. Now, the third category is partners and dependent children of high remuneration people, basically people employed in jobs that are in the high remuneration. Now, this particular criteria, again, you don't need to have held a visa or currently on a visa, based on partnership, but as long as your partner who's here in New Zealand has a salary of $51 or more per hour, then you can apply for a visa under this. First of all, you can apply for the exemption, and then you can apply for a visa. However, again, the same rule applies. Your partner should have a visa for 12 months or more remaining on their validity. Plus, there is some extra requirements of the type of job your partner is doing here in New Zealand. So please do contact us for a clear assessment on this, right? So moving on to the next topic is the Trans-Tasman bubble. So what is the Trans-Tasman bubble? So Australia and New Zealand now, because we have a good COVID control and a plan in place, because of which both the countries are now in a better place. Earlier, only a few parts of Australia, had an allowance for entry quarantine-free travel, but now the entire country, Australia and New Zealand, has come in an arrangement where we can travel between Australia and New Zealand without quarantine in both the countries. However, To be able to travel across, you always need to have a valid visa. Suppose if you're coming from Australia to New Zealand, you will either have to have a work, study, or a visitor visa, or even a resident visa. And likewise, if you're traveling from New Zealand to Australia, you will need to have a valid visa to enter into those countries. So from today onwards, the 19th of April, the online applications are being accepted if you are based in Australia or on the Immigration New Zealand website. Now, moving on to the third topic of the day is international students. Yeah, we've been dreaming of you guys coming into the country, but unfortunately, because of the COVID restrictions, we are unable to welcome international students. However, we have some strong indications from within the industry. Our education providers are reaching out to us and have told us, hey guys, get ready for 2021 intake. So that is the first intake of the year I'm going to correct myself, that's 2022 February intake. That's the first big intake of the year. And they have indicated and have asked us to start preparing for that. So in light of that, we welcome applications of those interested to come to New Zealand to study next year. Start your application now. Don't wait for a formal announcement. Yes, there is no announcement yet, but we are hoping that it will be done sometime soon. However, there's no harm in applying and getting yourself an offer letter and waiting while there are any further changes that are happening. Do contact us and we can assist you more. Well, otherwise, everything is great right now in New Zealand. We have started with winters, but we do look forward to welcoming more and more people into the country, and hopefully these border exemptions will ease the pain of separation that a lot of people that are based overseas are feeling at the moment. If you're in doubt as to whether any of these policies apply to you, feel free to call us in or send us an email. Thank you very much and see you next time.